EVs galore, guys. Everyone's charging up and they're waiting. This guy here, he's waiting. Hey guys, DJ Wonder, Chrissy, and we're back today. I got two topics I want to talk to about today. We'll go with CDs first because I know a lot of guys out there watch the channel to see what to do about CDs. And if you remember, November 1st, that's next Thursday, the Fed is having their meeting next week and they are going to announce whether or not they're going to pause or raise the rates. Based on some of the numbers that we see coming out, folks are saying they're going to pause, and there's a minority of people that say they're going to raise them, and I'm in the camp that they're going to go up at least 0.25% because the Fed's not believing some of these government numbers, and the numbers that they have are pointing towards inflation raging, and they need to do something, or at some point they're just going to lose control and it's going to be over. We're going to end up with hyperinflation. So I really think you're going to see them raise it 0.25%. I just bought some CDs last week or this week for like 5.3, 5.5. So the rates are holding steady. They're not. Didn't seem like anybody was wanting to do any deals just yet. As we get towards the end of November and December, look for some banks that want you give you a really good rate, actually a bonus on the rate because they want your money for the end of the year when they do their end of the year reporting. So look for that. Okay, so enough about CDs. I hope you're making some money off the CDs. Hell, when you're making almost 5.5%, how can you not make money? All right, so let's get on to the other topic for today. Ford. It appears that Ford has got a tentative agreement on their UAW contract, and the strike is over at like about 6 weeks, which makes the normal person say, hey, well, what comes next, right? Well, here's what comes next for Ford, folks. They just agreed to a really lucrative deal with the UAW, and they are going to have to add probably about $1,000 per car as a result of just this new contract. They agreed to 25% over 4 to 5 years plus cost of living. We'll see. That makes it really sweet. I'm also hearing that they're adding to pensions and they're going to have to give, at the end of the strike, they usually give a lump sum payment to the workers too. So I'm sure that's probably anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 there. So look for Ford. Their stock took a plunge yesterday. I believe it went down below $12. And as if you've been following the channel, back in the summer, Ford had laid off a bunch of people, and I still think they have more to lay off. They were looking to get rid of 20 to 30% of their engineers, and now that the strike is over, I suspect they'll start cutting heads just for the holiday. So look for that to happen too. They're going to be cutting some heads. Don't know if they'll delay any startups on cars. I would think all dealers have enough cars to last them to the end of the year, but you never know. Plus, traditionally, I don't think people realize how good some of these UAW people had it. Ford has traditionally allowed their UAW to take 2 to 3 weeks off in December at the end of the year with pay. So they idle their factories anyway at the end of the year to give everybody a nice holiday. So look for them to maybe just start back up, start building some cars, and then going into December, they're going to take almost the whole month off. So that's what you see happening to Ford. We also saw they came out, all the big three pretty much have come out saying they're going to start slow rolling their EVs. They're going to be cutting back on the push of the EVs because, one, they can't afford it. Two, people just don't want to buy them anymore. And as a result, they were losing money anyway. If you go back, to the middle of summer, last time Ford issued their quarterly report, they said they were losing $58,000 on every EV vehicle that they produced. So I'm sure it hasn't gotten much better, and the demand for EVs is way down, and people just can't afford them. People cannot afford them. Although, good news on the EV front, I see over here in Libertyville, Illinois, there's a company, a Danish company, that is getting ready to start a factory to make chargers. So there you go. I mean, they need to. The problem I have with EVs is they're pushing them down people's throat, and two, they don't have the infrastructure. I was over at Old Orchard Mall a couple of weeks ago, and as soon as work got out around 4 o'clock, they had a charging station there that could accommodate about 6 cars. And all of a sudden, it was packed. There was people waiting in line. I talked to one gentleman who had a real small GM car, and I asked him, I said, well, how much does this cost you? He goes, he said, it cost me $15 to charge it up, and it takes about 15 minutes for him. So he was sitting there waiting for one of the chargers to come open. I don't know how long he was going to have to wait, but that would get old real quick. I enjoy just going to the gas station, paying my $40-50, getting my tank topped off, heading home, folks. So EVs, they're obviously gonna take a hit in this whole UAW thing, rightfully so. It was really a lie being perpetrated by the big three at the urging of the government, I really think. So look for the people who have EVs to be even more remorseful for owning one of those pieces of junk. And folks like me, we just can't afford a car to begin with. So we'll see where this all goes. But like I said in a past video, look for people to start renting or leasing cars on a short-term basis, because it's getting to the point now where the middle class and lower middle class can't afford to buy a new car. I checked with one of my buddies that went to the auto auction this week, and he said in his lane only one car sold this week, and it was a Toyota Yaris. It was one of those little four-door thing, and out of the 70, 80 cars they pushed through that lane, people would not pay the premium that these dealers wanted for these cars at auction. Rightfully so, folks. People are trying to make ends meet. Inflation is raging, and something's got to give somewhere. And I really think you're seeing the downfall of the car industry pricing, at least used cars, happen right in front of our eyes, and it's not going to be painless. A lot of these dealers who've got these cars for repo or what have you, have paid top dollar for them, or have allowed their consumer to really hike up the price on these. And as they repo them, the value is plunging, and there's that gap right in the middle that someone's got to pay. By law, if you have your car repoed and they take it to auction and sell it, and they're not able to satisfy your loan that you have outstanding, they can sue you for that amount. But I really don't think that happens very much, because they know they can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, and they just go on their merry way. So someone's got to bite that. Someone's got to bite the dust on that difference, and I think the car dealers bite it and they record it, and you can only do that for so long before it starts impacting your bottom line and showing up on your balance sheet, and then the fun begins. So, it's a tough industry. As I said before, the mortgage and banking industry is tough. I think you're going to see a lot of layoffs in the back offices of the big three, and your local dealership. We're going to see some consolidation of dealers in the various areas of the United States. I'm already seeing it here. I was really surprised as I traveled in North Illinois and southern Wisconsin area. There's a dealer called Kunes, Kunes, and he's got dealerships all over northern Illinois and Wisconsin. He must have 50 or 60 would be my guess. I mean, I just see his name plastered all over the place, and he's bought a couple close to my house. So he is a mega dealer, and he's trying to make it work. So there you go, folks. Look for it to happen in your neck of the woods. So that's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoying the weekend and getting ready for winter, because it's coming. DJ Wonder Chrissy, over and out.